The fire at the Atlas oil depot in the Rostov region has spread to the third fuel tank. This follows from satellite images published by Radio Liberty. The Atlas plant of the Federal Reserve Agency in the Kamensky district of the Rostov region was attacked by drones on August the 28th for the second time. Before that, a drone hit it on August the 3rd, but then the fire was quickly extinguished. Today, the oil depot continues to burn. Local Telegram channels write that firefighters do not have enough special foam dispensers. The authorities of the Rostov region have introduced a high alert regime.
We are constantly knocking out their factories, and the deficit has become permanent. If earlier there was excess capacity in the European part of Russia and now in the Urals, then it has already been knocked out and it is gone. Now, if we take advantage of the situation and continue to hit not the storage sites but the railway tracks, then they will have interruptions. The tanks will be standing.
The General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine confirmed that the Defense Forces of Ukraine hit the Atlas oil depot in the Rostov region. The headquarters also reported that strikes were carried out on the Zenit oil depot in the Kirov region and the field artillery depot of the Russian troop group in West in the Voronezh region.
The tasks were carried out by units of the Special Operation Forces of the Armed Forces and the main Directorate of Intelligence of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine, in cooperation with other units of the Defense Forces. Detailed information on the consequences of the damage is being clarified. The Ukrainian Defense Forces continue to take all measures to undermine the military and economic potential of the Russian occupiers and stop Russian armed aggression against Ukraine. From the message of the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine on Facebook.
Since the beginning of the year, drones have attacked Russian oil refineries at least 64 times, the BBC reported. Most of all attacks, about a quarter, were carried out on oil refineries in the Krasnodar territory. In 49 cases, fire occurred. The Tuapse oil refinery was repeatedly hit. It belongs to the large Russian oil and gas company Rosneft.
The Tuapse oil refinery produces oil, fuel oil, vacuum gas oil and high-sulfur diesel fuel supplied for export. The plant does not produce motor gasoline and low-sulfur diesel fuel for domestic market. In January, before the fire, the Tuapse oil refinery processed an average of 24,000 tons of oil per day. The volume of idle primary oil refining capacities at refineries increased by 0.7 million tons in July, plus 42%, compared to the previous schedule to 2.5 million tons, which is 9.2% of the refinery's total capacity. From the Moscow Times report.
The explosion that was heard on August the 26th at the Omsk oil refinery disabled almost half of the refinery's oil refining capacity. The oil refining industry in the western part of the Russian Federation is actually stagnating, experts note.
There are already direct analyses that show that it is dying. The Omsk plant is one of the 3 largest plants. This is clear, but it was valuable to us because it is a deep oil refining plant. That is, if fairly modern but simple refineries provide at least 11 types of products after refining oil, then imagine the depth of processing if it provided 50 types of products.
Due to the attacks on Russian refineries, the price of petrol is rapidly growing. From January to July, prices increased by more than 4%, and in July the growth even accelerated. The authorities eventually had to impose an embargo on gasoline exports until the end of the year. Reported by Diana Kolesnik, Victoria Smirnova, UATV News.